Everybody, a very good morning. Hope you're well. How you doing? I'm hoping you're having a great start to the weekend. I'm Justin Kapani. I'm the founder and CEO of I'm Decor Design. We're in the business of designing and manufacturing home and office decor and offering interior solutions where we have extremely interesting stuff like lamps, mirrors, consoles, sofas. We have corporate gifting items. We have semi-precious stone collections. We have center tables and we have dining tables, business tables, chairs, and whatever you name it in an office or a home or a hotel or a co-working or what an international client is looking for. We have most of those with us. These are bespoke luxury and premium items, but we do on request also kind of make affordable ones, but of course the quantity has to be really good. So it's been a while. I've not posted, I think maybe 2-3 days or whatever. So I'm back with a video. This is on quite a interesting topic, which is I find of good concern to me because I was traveling between Delhi and Gurgaon day before yesterday, and this week I think twice or thrice, and it took about 58 minutes to an hour just to reach Gurgaon. So the very thought of a lot of people from town or from Delhi NCR to go to Gurgaon is a scare because of the traffic and stuff. And believe me when I tell you this, I had people from Bangalore who had more complaints about the traffic and infrastructure than Delhiites and Gurgaon people. Once you're in Gurgaon, you forget everything because obviously the destination was really great and nice. But the point is, on the whole, there has been an improvement in the traffic situation and only on roads and stuff. So that gets me to this topic, which is called Pareto. Pareto, which is a Japanese term, it's called the 80-20 rule, which is actually the law of improvement, or it is actually kind of taking a look at what is 80% right in your country and what is 20% wrong in your country, maybe in your community, maybe in your spaces or whatever. Okay, so every organization or every space where you work in also has these the SWOT analysis you have, so similarly this concept, the Pareto, is a 80-20 rule, which is basically formulated by an Italian economist, where he's asserting that 80% of all the observable phenomena are attributed to just 20% of the loopholes and possible causes. The starting point is the calculation that 80% of, let's say, in a place like Italy, 80% of Italy's wealth was produced by 20% of the population. And he says that when you take a look at the traffic trends, similarly in your country or in your areas, you will see that 80% of the traffic in city tends to build up only in 20% of the roads, and rest of the city or the community or the places are great. So I realized this. I've been following the pollution, and I've been speaking at various forums also, and we do have a thought share. But the point is this, that there's definitely been an improvement in the traffic and stuff. There are only certain weak areas that can be improvised, and he's also emphasizing the fact that there are only 80% of bugs. Okay, so this is a little technical and stuff. So he says that the first step to applying the Pareto principle is to gather data on the current state of affairs in your city or in your country and how it operates and the lifestyles and stuff. The second step is that once you've identified what is the core concern or the main issue, get rid of it or improve, and avoid focusing on the 20% of what is going wrong. The second step is the most difficult, is that we believe that things will improve if we get rid of 80%, whereas actually 20% of that zone or that area or that issue or concern has to be resolved and improvised. So similarly, I believe that in your ikigai or your passion, people use a term randomly. I'm so bored and I'm not motivated and I'm not inspired and stuff. But the point is, take a look around. Do you see people who are older? Do you see people who are doing things every day, no matter how many flights they take, no matter how many brands they run, they are consistently doing those things and stuff, because they do not allow these kind of words or thought processes get into their systems. If they are getting into an organization or if they're getting into a role, they do whatever they have to do and they don't give up till the time they are kind of not done with it. So the author says that Your ikigai or your passion in life is not the part of 80% of the unimportant things you do, but 20% of it essentially the things that you enjoy doing the most. So please do not get waylaid by the choices of time consuming, energy sapping 80%, but focus your energy on improving the 20% that gives you that total happiness and joy, and which helps you kind of expedite and look more for your ikigai and for your passions and stuff. So this is, I think this is a great read in my mind, because I've seen this in the last 2 3 days with the weather change, with traveling to the city and back and all that. I also got a little tired and stuff, and I did not switch on my computer for a day or two. I've been back to the golf course, where I feel that nature kind of inspires me and stuff, and I take a look around and I see people are sitting there. They do not check their computers, they do not check their emails, they do not check their phones as much as we do, and I see so many people who'll come up and say, you know what, it's easy to say that because you're in a golf club, but the point is this, that if you're in an organization also, you can have this some rule of not checking your phone and your email every now and then. Okay, so you set up a time, maybe once in the morning, once in the evening, or maybe once in the afternoon, and your clients and customers also kind of get used to that, or you get somebody else to do that for you, and you focus on the more creative, or you focus on where more of your energy and more of your creativity comes in if you're a creative person and stuff. If you're in strategy, then obviously you're not going to be on your computer, you're not going to be researching all the time, but you're going to be brainstorming and discussing and deliberating, and you're going to come up with ideas. And when you do that, and you meet up with new people, like I've done in the last 1 or 2 days, I've also caught up with some old friends of mine who had some good feedback to give to me. You will actually have this realization that, it's not necessarily your phone, it's not necessarily the podcast, it's not necessarily social media that gives you ideas. Sometimes having a face-to-face conversation with people you don't even know will give you those ideas, which are much more bankable and much more logical or practical, because they've got that experience and they share it with you. It may not work now, but if you were to think through that, you're probably going to come up with another rational or another outlook, which helps you kind of understand that why are you not creatively inspired. That's because you're spending most of your time on your email or on your phone, and all your time and energy on looking into the WhatsApp and stuff. And I'll be honest with you, I dread sometimes waking up and even checking my WhatsApp, because I feel I'll have to be in my phone, I'll have to respond and stuff. So I make it a point to kind of just use maybe the phone once or twice in the day, and I kind of pick up the phone and I have a call. So this is what we are supposed to do. I mean, we are human beings. When there was no WhatsApp, there was no social media, how did we work? So in a lot of countries and a lot of systems and in a lot of workspaces, this rational still works, where people pick up the phone and have a chat. So if you do that, it'll help you more and spend time with people, because it helps you kind of look into that 20% deficiency and how to improve it. So in a nutshell, the Pareto rule also applies in everyday life, because 80% of the world resources are consumed by mostly 20% of the population. 80% of success is down to 20% of the effort made. 80% of the music broadcasts on a creative note comes from radio, from 20% of the songs that are available, and 80% of our emotions stem from 20% of our experiences. 80% of the customers who come to a store only see 20% of your products are displayed. So it's very important to focus on that 20% a lot more, so that the 80% can improve. So I think it's a great read in my mind, because it kind of tells me that you could make your life easier and your relationships easier, where you are kind of making a list of things and tasks that give you more satisfaction than looking at those which are not giving you satisfaction. So if you were going to consistently focus on trivial issues and infrastructure, air or whatever, and you're going to constantly only crib and complain about that and talk about that, then you're going to be living in a hell. But if you're going to be saying, okay, we live in a city and we have a concern, but there's so many other solutions that are available to us. There's so many parks around us, there's so many beautiful roads here, there's so much of nature, flora, fauna. We have beautiful culture, we have beautiful music, we have beautiful weather, we have beautiful airports, we have beautiful malls, we have beautiful you have beautiful of everything. Then the world becomes much more better, rather than discussing the debated which you see every day on TV or whatever, which is a point of economic and probably political concerns. Okay, so step out of your comfort zone in a nutshell. Switch off your computer, switch off your phone, go on a holiday, go on a picnic, enjoy yourself, and come back recharged. And this whole idea of monotony and boredom must not even exist in your brain, because this is all probably even psychological. If you were to kind of tidy up, if you're going to kind of do something which you've not done, like cleaning up your room or taking care of your laundry, or maybe doing a bouquet, or setting up a flower arrangement, or cleaning up your bar, or maybe setting your books right, or maybe cleaning up your photo albums, you'll feel a lot more recharged and rejuvenated than the technical stuff. So take care, love and luck, and have a blast. I'm Jashin Kapani. I'm on jkapani@gmail.com and jashinkapani.im@gmail.com. So take care and enjoy yourself. Bye bye.